not sure where it went. It's going so fast. And tonight I'm hitting one of my last haunts of the season. I'm actually going to try to do some stuff next weekend after Halloween because there's a couple that stay open. It's like I feel like every year, I don't know, I get very ambitious to go a bunch of places, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. But tonight I'll be heading out to Pennsylvania for Bates Motel. It's a haunted hayride, and haunted walkthrough attraction that I have been to in years past and had a blast at. So I thought it'd be a lot of fun. Oh yeah, check out my new amazing sweater. This is from Creepy Co. It's like a big giant Halloween hug. So if you haven't picked up yours yet, they also have amazing pillows. I bought the ghost, and they have a black cat, and there's just so many amazing things this year. It's like the hardest part about being such a Halloween person. Like I use a lot of things, especially if it's home decor, like all year long. So it's hard because everybody releases in October and I want to buy everything, but unfortunately I can only buy so much, and then I have to save money for haunted houses. So hopefully when the season's over, there's still some things for me to snag up. And if not, hey, Christmas is coming. Anyways, so today, it's almost the end of October. Halloween's almost here, and I could not let the month go by without celebrating our good friend, the pumpkin. Do you like pumpkins? How about over 7,000 of them? Because if you go to the Great Jack-o'-lantern Blaze in Hudson Valley, you can see over 7,000 carved pumpkins. 7,000! That's a lot of pumpkins. We're talking everything from your basic jack-o'-lantern face. They have stacked pumpkins, lit pumpkins, carved pumpkins, and every one with amazing detail. Basically, where they hold this event is right near, it's probably about like a 10-minute drive, maybe 15 minutes from Sleepy Hollow. I've gone in the past, and recently I decided to make a really fun day out of it, and I went to the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. I went on a tour because I'm a total history nerd, and I loved it. It was amazing. Also, the tour guide, Melissa, was absolutely incredible. And then we had tickets for the Pumpkin Blaze, my friend and I, and so she had never been before. She was really excited. She must have taken like 500 pictures. So some of the pictures that you'll see today will be credited to her. Thank you, Laura. She obviously had a blast, which makes me really happy. And so if you've never been to this event before, I'm going to give you a glimpse into what it's like. You may not be able to get there this year because the tickets go on sale early. When they go on sale, the dates just fill up. They do time slots, and they sell out way in advance. And so I always try to buy my tickets early so that I can get there. And so I went a few weeks back. It was right as it opened, so that was kind of cool because everything was still freshly displayed, I guess. I don't know. It always looks amazing, so I don't know what I'm saying, but you kind of get there and you see your basic pumpkin faces, right? Your carved jack-o'-lantern faces. Some of them spooky, some of them smiling, some of them sad, some of them happy, whatever it is, right? And that just kind of like gets you ready to turn corners and then just see these incredible displays. So I'm talking, a couple of stacked pumpkins. Okay, great. No. I'm talking hundreds of stacked pumpkins to make amazing creations like a windmill that actually works and spins around. It's completely lit up. This year, my highlight being this amazing carousel that they came out with. It was completely made out of jack-o'-lanterns. Obviously, they put some electrical equipment in there to make it move, but it actually bobbed up and down, and spun around. And it was just, I probably stood there for like 15 minutes just staring at it because it was so beautiful. You can actually walk over a jack-o'-lantern bridge in there. So there's a walkway that's just all jack-o'-lanterns. And then for those of you who like the spookier side of it, and now this is a family event, so it's not made to be very scary or anything, but they have like a pumpkin-y graveyard where you go through and there's tons of tombstones and more like scarecrow type pumpkins. Then they have the pretty pumpkins like your butterflies and your bees, and and then they have things like this year I recall that they had the zodiac signs, which was pretty cool. They had like a pumpkin fort, and I was like, oh, I found my new house, this is great. They had had this big lit pumpkin fort, and one of my favorite parts, they've done this, I don't know if they do it every year, I missed last year, so I can't say for certain, but I know a few years back when I went, they had this also. They actually had dinosaurs made out of pumpkins, which I thought was really cool. I think that's always like a hit with kids too. I think every little kid loves like a T-Rex. How could you not? It's awesome. And so, so you can just walk through and be amazed by all of these pumpkins. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of information about the Great Jack-o'-lantern blaze, in that not all the pumpkins are real anymore. And is that a little bit of a bummer? I guess it could be, but at the same time, climate change, right? And so they would have a lot of wet seasons or the weather dramatically changing and the pumpkins would rot. So it obviously becomes more efficient, especially when you're carving that many. So like I said, we're talking over 7,000 pumpkins. They started to use those foam pumpkins so that they wouldn't have to replace them all. But don't worry, if you're a real pumpkin fan like I am, they still use real pumpkins in the displays as well. There are sections of it that are completely 100% real pumpkins. And then when you walk through, there's like a midway area that includes pumpkin-y treats, and that's the stop where I always want to be because I love eating and I love fall snacks. It's my favorite. I don't know about you guys, but I definitely have like an entire pumpkin cabinet in my apartment. It's everything from like, pumpkin cookies and Pop-Tarts, and I don't know, I have pumpkin marshmallows. I think it's crazy. I definitely bought some pumpkin soup from Trader Joe's, although I have a great friend, close friend who makes it every year, and she is so good at making it. I'm a pretty good cook, but I'm better at when it comes to pumpkin or like that, those kinds of things like pumpkins and squashes. I feel like I excel in the baking portion. So I leave the pumpkin soup to her. She usually brings some over for Halloween. And I just eat all of it because it's delicious. So, okay, let's do a poll. What's your favorite pumpkin food? It could be a sweet, it could be a savory. I like both. I think, I'm going to think about this for a second. I love pumpkin pie. Does that even count as a vote? Can that just be everybody's number one first? Because I would say my second favorite thing is a pumpkin roll. If you've never had a pumpkin roll before, you are missing out. It's like a jelly roll cake, but it's a pumpkin. It's made out of pumpkin, and then there's usually like either like a sweet buttercream or a pumpkin buttercream rolled inside, and it's so delicious. I bought one for my birthday this year to indulge and eat and not share so much. Okay, so yeah, you can go through, there's like a midway that you can get like pumpkin donuts. They have like pumpkin beers if you like to drink. There's cider. They have an awesome gift shop with like lots of Sleepy Hollow style stuff too, which is really cool if you like stuff like that. I definitely have snagged a couple shirts and hoodies from there. And overall, I give it, it's definitely like a can't miss event. If you have, especially if you have friends who like the fall but aren't into the spooky stuff, it's something great to do together because you can really make a day out of it. It's a total blast. Everybody seems to have a really good time. And then also, it's like kind of catering to everybody. Like I have a few friends that every fall I would like not see for like a month and a half because every single weekend from like Thursday to Sunday I'd be trying to go to a haunted house or like some other spooky, kind of thing. So, so it's like, I'm trying to like not, exclude them. So I try to find events that include those friends also. And so this is the perfect event to do that. And then also, I didn't go this year, so I'm not going to do a full-scale convo about it, but I have in the past gone to the Circleville Pumpkin Show in Ohio. If you haven't gone to that before, it's like a giant carnival celebrating pumpkins. My boyfriend took me the first year we were dating, and I was like, well, if this ever was a place that I need to be, this is definitely it. I love pumpkins, I love jack-o'-lanterns, and that's a place where you can get, if you're an ambitious eater, you can get any kind of pumpkin food that you can imagine. So there's things like I've tried before, like pumpkin raviolis and stuff, which I like. Then there were things that I didn't like so much, like pumpkin pizza. I don't want to eat that again. Then but then they had the sweets. There was like pumpkin floats and all kinds of pumpkin ice creams. I think we might have tried like 2 or 3 different kinds of pumpkin ice creams. We definitely tried pie. We tried like there might have been like pumpkin funnel cake. I'm trying to remember. I mean, we ate so much pumpkin food when we went there, so that's a place that's on my list to get back to. I'm hoping maybe next year, we'll see, time permitting, that I can get back to that event, because the more pumpkin I can eat, the happier I am, and probably the rounder I am too. But if I don't get to speak to you guys prior, I truly hope that you have a spooktacular Halloween. Can't wait to see your photos and videos. So if you're on social media, let's make sure we're friends. I'm OCT_365. You can find me there, and I will still be posting spooky content all year. That's the best part of this. Halloween is, that Halloween lifestyle is something that I adhere to. So I will still be looking for spooky events throughout the year. I'll be watching spooky movies. I'll be listening to spooky podcasts, and so I'll have a lot more content to share with you. Don't you worry. Make sure to hit that subscribe and that like. And until next time, happy Halloween. Bye.